Okay, good morning, everybody. Our talk is called Pixel Bureaucracy at the Scale of Chaos, Torturing 286 People by Pretending to be the Government. So, what will you expect the next 60 minutes?
First, 50 minutes, who we are, the idea, what we did, and what it kind of turned into. We're going to show some statistics, go over the technology we used to accomplish our project, give you all some secrets, maybe a teaser, and have a live pixel session and do some Q&A at the end. First, who we are. This is Paul. He's very good at touching computers, and he's certified, and also good at touching the law, and will do that again. He works for a government agency. I will not specify further. And has watched one too many episodes of a wonderful British show called Yes Minister about
Bureaucracy.
Yeah, bureaucracy. And also is very silly. And if you find that he talks way too fast, just download the video afterwards and play it in 0.25 speed.
Okay, and who's that? That's Lydia. And Lydia is also very good at touching computers, not yet certified, but it's soon. Has touched the law once, and also works in an agency that specializes on touching computers, but is also government affiliated. Has watched Garfield 2 way too often, and is also silly.
All right, let's get to the idea that we had. Basically, we were attending a few chaos events and always saw that project called Pixelflut.
Who has seen it here? Who has seen? Okay, and who has sent a pixel via the Pixelflut? Okay, that's
3 people.
You raised your arm and said you sent a pixel to Pixelflut, but you haven't seen it. That's weird. Okay.
Okay, but Pixelflut is just way too fast. Let's slow it down a little. Because stress is bad. We just want to chill out and have some fun. So basically we thought, how could we make this slower? We got inspired by RFC 1149. Does anyone know what that is? Correct, that's IP over avian carrier, short IPOAC. Basically, tie a letter or whatever to a bird, send it to your destination to send IP packets. It's cursed. It's a spec written for an April Fool's joke, taken literally by 2 experiments in Africa who basically tested it and confirmed that it works. But I think for a chaos event that's a bit impractical. So let's do something different. Let's just add a lot of bureaucracy. And,
well, with a lot, we mean a lot. Like, I don't know, like, probably most of you have, like, requested a passport or something, but, like, who's, like, gotten really deep down into the rabbit hole of authentic German bureaucracy? Like, just raise your hand. Okay. You're very glad that it's just, like, 2 or 3 people that raised their hands right now, because it can be very, very, very quirky. And, we decided it'd be fun to make something very realistic that describes these procedures, and also like it's kind of fun to be mean to people by like stringent formalism. Like it can be very silly, so we wanted to create this like horrifically accurate simulation of real-world bureaucracy. Like I would say exaggerated, but I'm not actually sure. Like
I don't
so.
Think
so. Realistic. I would say. But the question is, of course, how. And what have we created? Like,
basically, we made up a form, the Pixel-Festsetzungsantrag, which is a thing that everybody in this room can see downstairs or later at the live pixel session. Basically, we have people fill out this form, and then we take the form and make sure that every little detail on the form is completely correct.
And you would be surprised how many people don't know what the current date is. Like I know this 4 days feel like one, but I mean, you could use help. Like you could look on your phone. So it's a bit surprising. Like,
It's day 4 today, yes. but we basically made people fill out the entire date, which is apparently kind of hard. And then after we got the form back, we basically made people checked every single thing on the form and put down our signature, stamped it, and then using the envelopes provided by the people, we sent them their forms back so they could know if we have set their pixel. Which is kind of fun, seeing the looks on people's faces when they see that their pixel has not been set because they filled out the form incorrectly.
And I mean, the best thing, it's completely their own fault. Like, it's not our fault. We are just checking.
So yeah, basically we did that for a few events. And we got started last year at GPN 23. And we have a small video that shows basically every single pixel being set. I hope it works.
Ooh, yeah.
And it looks kind of tame because you can see all the big pixels, those were set by the form. And if you're wondering where the small pixels are coming from, we have a phone bot. More on that later.
But like, also people were really creative. Like, there's this traffic light for the day passes, and I heard, I'm not really sure that it was like live updated, but like, at least, I mean, people did make some funny things, and that made us very happy. So we decided we should do this again.
So basically we went to Chaos Communication Congress 39C3, and this is our stats page. Our canvas is always 40 by 30 pixels, and that's 19,200
pixels.
19,200
but like
pixels?
including the small ones, which are 4x4. So the large ones are 4x4 small ones. So it's the number of small pixels.
All in all, we changed about 7,000 pixels via 1,200 change requests.
Which was like, I think it was 3 or 4 times of what we got last year at GPN. But so that was a bonkers number, like 1,287. Like, that's a huge number. It can't really get any better than that, I think.
And basically, we had a lot of people helping us with setting pixels via the forms. Yeah, so we also have a video of that. Basically, lots of big pixels again.
Some small pixels.
Some small pixels. Then I got the phone bot to work correctly.
A frog.
People started placing small pixels, and then someone wrote a bot.
That might explain why there were so many pixel requests, like the 1,200. I don't think we could have handled that manually. Like, I mean, maybe next time, maybe the Trollhöhle. Like, I mean, sure, we could probably do this, but like, not manually. No.
Let's try. So basically, we thought, what event can we go to next? And we went to GPN this year.
Yay!
And we tracked some more stats. We had 107 total forms filled out, 30% of which were invalid.
I don't think we checked what was the most common reason. I'm sure it was either wrong color or date, like from my intuition, but I don't think we checked.
And wrong coordinates.
Oh yeah, right. We put the coordinates on the render, right? And it would be surprising how few people can count, like, correctly. Like, when there are 3 blocks of 10 spanning the y-axis, then why do you set a pixel for 35? I don't think that GM would like if we painted on the wall there. Like, probably not.
Yeah, we had a lot more change requests. Mostly through the phone bot, as you can see, with 4,682 changes.
Can we repeat that number? Like, at Congress, which is like the biggest chaos event, we got 1,200. You all are very crazy.
Thank you. And we also have a video of that, which I generated just about half an hour ago. So if you've set a pixel since then, it's not on here yet. But that looked like this. basically we had the phone bot started very early, and people had the bots ready basically from hour one. If you scan that QR code, you get to a very good website. Okay.
Also, like, I think it's worth appreciating, these images are shaded. Like, it's not just that, like, people made images, they, like, made good images. Like, they have shading, like, yeah.
How?
Thank you all for being very crazy with us together.
But let's talk about how we did that. We have a small software stack, which all runs virtualized. We have the main pixelebbe software, the phone bot, a queuing system, which we didn't use at GPN because we didn't expect a lot of people to set pixels manually when the phone bot's available, and also some hidden infrastructure that breaks every sometimes.
Okay, so I'm just going to introduce the main pixelebbe software. That is the software that like handles the pixel calendars, so basically everything you've seen so far that is not like direct bureaucracy. So it like handles the website on pixelebbe.de, which was a very fun experience of obtaining that domain. It handles setting the pixels, and like it looks like it's made in about 2 hours. That is intentional. It was not made in 2 hours. It was made in a lot more than 2 hours, and it is, well, I think there are 2 terms in computer science that describe this phenomenon really well. The first one is premature optimization, and the other one is scope creep. So yeah, we built it in Python and Flask because, yeah, I mean, it's silly and easy. And yeah, it is really over-engineered. Like, it can handle multiple requests per second. Like, I ran a stress test on my laptop and like overwrote the whole canvas 5 times. And because like there's so many pixels and re-rendering and stuff, and also like things that it didn't work at first, then we optimized it. So although there's no way we're going to set more than like 2 pixels per second with our live infrastructure. It can export videos, as you have seen. That's also a very fun process. I think Lydia's going to talk about that in a second. And yeah, it caches everything because, like, yeah, we can. So I'm going to give you a bit of a sneak peek behind the back, which is like the user interface that we enormously, like, you can see for now until we tear it down later, the front-end pages yourself by going to our domain, pixelebbe.be. But like here we can handle multiple events. Like, technically we could run this at multiple events once. It hasn't been needed yet, but like we have support for that. So we don't have to set it up again every event, which is like silly. And you see all the admin tools. We can create events. We can change the canvas sizes. So it's basically, yeah, again, it was massively over-engineered. The only thing we didn't do is write CSS so that it doesn't look like it's over-engineered. We did write CSS, but not to make it look over-engineered. You know, we have user management API because, of course, the phone bot uses a standardized API that other tools could access. We had some ideas on other tools that unfortunately did not all happen. But like, we had the standard IP. We have a role system, like, because we mentioned that there were people helping us. Like, of course, they don't get all admin privileges, obviously not, but like we could relatively fine-tune what access they got. So it's really over-engineered, but like that's the fun part. Yeah, this is how you set a pixel. We decided to add this table of 32 colors because, well, I mean, it's kind of fun to have like this specific common look and not just people random color. It like forces creativity a bit, like with the shading that was still done really good. We just saw it, but like if they just had every color, it would be boring. Like, it requires some abstraction. There are reasons we have like the color given in like 3 different formats. We're going to talk about that in a second. This is the form we used. So whenever we received a request via phone, via Chaos Post, via the forms in our assembly, we use this form. I don't know what's there, but like we have XY source. So it's really simple, but effective. We could also just overwrite the whole canvas. We fortunately didn't have to do this, but like we could just make everything a different color than white at the start. We could We could overwrite it with images, like the event logo. We considered that, but we didn't do it because we want to give this white space. But it can be done, like if you want to have a starting position or need to import something that broke. I'm sure that would work too. We have this management tool for submit methods. So if you go to our website, you can scroll down and see like how different ways you can set pixels. It's all massively over-engineered, but it works, and that's the fine part. Yeah. Also about the stats, Lydia will talk a bit because we had some very much fun with that.
We collect all the data. On every single pixel, we collect which coordinate it's on, what color it is, who set it.
Optional, I want to say, for legal reasons.
No, I meant the user that entered it into the system. Also, the source, so basically the user that sent us the pixel. And I think a timestamp as well.
Yeah.
So we can basically list that on that huge stats page at the side. It's way too much data, so it's very small. We basically use all that data to render the pixels as a video later and to have an overview of who sent us a pixel. So if somebody basically writes a bot that calls 100 times at the same time, we can shadow ban them maybe or talk to them kindly.
Or unkindly.
Yeah. So basically every single thing that you see on that site, I know you can't read that. We have the total number of pixels set, the total number of updates, who sent us a pixel, who entered it into the system, the source independent of the user. So basically if I set 50 pixels by some person via postcard and then Paul sets 50 pixels via postcard, then we can also see the source concatenated. And also we have a stat of what color has been set most on the canvas or is currently displayed most on the canvas. Because we had a small test on which we basically set every single pixel to a different to the same color. And some of our stats broke, so we added that as a debugging method. Yeah. For legal reasons, we only collect some of the data, so we don't collect the source IP address if you call us, for instance, and stuff like that, because that wouldn't be very ethical, and we don't need that data, so why save it? Logging less is good. The export function was very fun to write, because what is better than exporting to a GIF file? So you can share it online freely without having to check for the existence of some codec. So we basically decided, let's do the export in GIF. We used a Python library that was very optimized, apparently. And that Python library decided that if you export more than 60 frames at a time, it slows down to like 3 seconds per added frame. So basically we render GIFs of 60 frames and then concatenate them all together at the end, which is for some reason way faster. I don't know why.
And it's like really fast. Like, you know, it took like an hour to render with the old method and then like 3 seconds on my laptop with the new one.
Yeah, so we also talked about our phone bot. We have a phone bot, which you can currently still call, which is a horrific mess of Python 3 code as well. It depends on a VoIP library, which supports SIP, so we can use it with every phone system at every chaos event, hopefully, which depends on some unmaintained audio library, which for some reason depends on MySQL, even though it doesn't save anything. And also it uses an old broken pip build chain, so we can't install it in anything newer than Debian 12 currently. I think we're gonna have to rewrite all that. Basically, currently you call the phone bot, you get into a waiting queue, which is completely simulated, because why would I write a complete queuing system for a phone bot. Then you get to the main phone bot part where you enter the coordinate and the color in a different system, which is why we had the different systems of color notation earlier. And if the pixel is correct, it's set via the internal API. That's all. But that's all we had at GPN last year. And that's kind of boring. What's more fun than a bit of bureaucracy? That's right, a lot of bureaucracy. So we added a queue.
Yes. I mean, we just said we don't want to have a queue for the phone bot, but like for people, that's fine. So, people can queue more easily. So we decided we want to have a queuing system. So like basically like when you go to the town hall and request a passport, you get like this 5-digit code, and then you go there, and then it shows it on the screen, and it says, hey, your time now, and then you go to the office and pay way too much money for a passport. So we decided we want to replicate that. So we created like this whole queuing system. You can create tickets, is what they're called internally, like either going on our webpage or smashing like this big green buzzer that we bought for that. It was way more fun, although it made a very annoying sound.
Which was intentional.
And again, this platform is also slightly over-engineered. Anyone starting to see a pattern? Okay, yeah, because like we don't need this, but it could be like almost used in the real world. Like we have multiple ticket classes. We use it for like premium tickets when people bribed us. But like generally, yeah, it has multiple ticket classes. It has limits for how many tickets can be in the queue. It has vouchers that can be used to get into a queue that is like requires a voucher. We had a system that required users to answer questions. So we were thinking for a minute like, okay, I think people should enter the pixel and color they want into the form, into the ticket. And then they appear and have to say it again. If it's wrong, they're out. But like we decided that was maybe a little bit too mean. We have a whole webhook system and another AP for some reason. Oh yeah, right, for the buzzers. So we did maybe a bit much, but like it's kind of. I wouldn't sure it's fine, but it's probably fine to use it in a real life use case. So if anyone wants a ticket queuing system, hit us up. Hi. It's probably fine. Here's just another view. Like this is the web page. Most people didn't see this, so we included it because most people smashed the button. But like you could join the queue, and for this queue to join, you need a voucher. And here we webhook. I mean, you see what we have, and like over-engineered, I think is the correct term for that.
And if you have a queuing system, of course, you need to print out tickets. So we basically wrote up a whole ticket printing system, which prints queue tickets with fun facts, because fun facts are fun, and we need more fun facts. We had way too much printing paper, so we also added an ad system. So you could send us ads during Congress, and we would print them out on the ticket randomly. Basically, that looked like this. Very little delay.
Is there supposed to be sound? Or?
There was supposed to be sound, but I don't know if that's working. Let me try that again. 1 second, please.
Okay, no, but you can imagine it's like and we were sitting next to it all day long.
It was very annoying and very fun for all our customers. We also, at the Congress, decided to add the functionality for printing a color table, because we had that color table on the website, but lots of people asked us, can't you just show us the color table? Because we can't be asked to pull out our phone and look at it on the website ourselves or something. So we decided to add printing the color table to the print software. But the thing is, we have this very, very, very nice receipt printer, and that only prints in grayscale. Yeah. Basically, that's all we had for Congress. You can see it built up here. We had a very, very nice spot. Had more uptime than Pixel Flute at Congress because we were already ready at 1 a.m. during day 0. Yeah, we had the whole buses setup working. The only thing that didn't work, because we're cursed for some reason, is the fax machine. Because we also planned to accept pixels via fax, but for some reason you could call out on the fax machine, but calls didn't arrive. So we just gave up at some point. On day 4, we were very tired. They had also stolen our tables, but we were still online because we had a UPS. Yeah, and that's basically everything we've done up until now. So I think it's a fine time for some crowd participation.
Okay, so we have a live pixel session now. So we will set pixels. We will switch over to the live view. So if anyone wants to set a pixel, and I promise we're going to be really nice and even possibly be helpful, so just wave at the herald, and the herald will walk to you and give you the form. And if you need it, a pen, and I would like to have the pen back later, and then just bring it to the front, and we are going to set the pixel for you. So, yeah.
You can also still call the phone bot. The number is on the website. We had a question here at the front. How many concurrent callers do we support? I did not build in a limit. Basically, call until our RAM runs out, and the script is killed for out of memory. And then restarts every 20 minutes, because we had to add that for reasons at Congress, because the phone system kept sending us IPv6 addresses as phone numbers, which for some reason my zip library did not accept as valid phone numbers, and then internally crashed and didn't accept any new calls, but didn't shut down. So basically I have this wonderful script that every 20 minutes completely kills the phone bot and restarts it, so new calls can be accepted. We also could start with Q&A right now while the pixels are being worked on.
So if anyone has any questions, yeah, we've seen. So if anyone has any questions, we now have like half an hour, something-ish, to set pixels and answer all your questions with varying degree of detail. And yeah, so sure. Hi.
What was the carbon copy for?
Well, yes, the carbon copy. So if you haven't seen it, 2 pages, and also a little history reason. Are there people here that are younger than me in the room? I'm sure there are. Like, you know, when you write an do people still write No, like when you write an email, there's like this field CC. It stands for carbon copy, because in the olden days, you wrote on a paper, and then there was like this second paper below it with some carbon on it, and you pressed through, and like it showed it on both pages, the same text. So I think we can show this like here. You know, someone wrote something in and shows the same thing here, and we had this carbon copy on all our forms, yeah, we stored like a list. We kept the records. Like, we're good a government agency, and we have to store our records. So this is for GPN. This is what we got. So also including some postcards. So if someone came up to complain, which actually happened a few times during Congress, we could prove to them that we decided on their Pixel-Festsetzungsantrag. Other questions?
Have people outsmarted pixelebbe?
I don't recall. There was something at Congress we basically got a GDPR request for getting some data of a user and deleting it afterwards, which I think we complied with.
If I remember correctly, we did, yes. I mean, there were also, there was a cute story at Congress, which I would say, I don't know if it's outsmarted, but more like I forgot the word, Ausdauer in English, but like, outlast. So there was this group of like 2 or 3 little children in Congress, which had like large perseverance, and we were like, yeah, sure, and they were like giggling all the time, and at some point we like, please stop, we can't anymore. And I mean, but besides that, I wouldn't say really people outplayed us. Like, I mean, the phone bot was definitely abused to its limits, but I mean, that was kind of intentional, I would say. So, yeah.
I could have made the waiting queue longer.
What is the secret color about?
I think I skipped it. It said it on the slide. So we decided to have this system of 32 colors. And then we were like, wait a minute, 32 is a nice round number and nerds would like this. And we want to be mean to nerds. So we decided to add a 33rd color. But like, we had like this combination of like the RGB and SMIC colors in it. So like we weren't really sure what color to add that would be like sufficiently distinct. So we added this this secret color. If you have scanned our creature card, it also said the color code is Z9, and if you input this color into the form, which some people did, it would show a magic color, which, I mean, try it. I mean, you have a live pixel session, so I don't want to spoil too much, but like, yeah, it's a secret color. It's Z9, and if you want to set it, sure.
Someone just tried to set a pixel to the X coordinate 6, 7.
I think that's the current date.
And the Y coordinate is 6, 9.
Okay, sorry, no, that's all.
Is everyone done with their forms? I think we can continue the talk.
Yeah.
I have one question. Is there a way to set small pixel via the form?
No.
Via phone?
Basically, when you fill out a form, we set an area of 4 by 4 pixels because it requires more effort than calling the phone bot. Calling the phone bot is basically just waiting. And the form is, you have to write something on paper, and that's more effort than calling a phone bot. So every time you call the phone bot, you enter a coordinate on a smaller grid of pixels. And when you fill out a form, we set 4 by 4 pixels, so it's more rewarding.
Why was there no buzzer with like the waiting queue at this event?
We didn't think there would be so much traffic at our booth because the event is way smaller. And also at Congress, we had the prime spot right next to Saal 1. And basically every time people came out of a talk there, lots of people wanted to set a pixel, which was really, really tiring. So we had to add some way to slow it all down.
I would like to have all your internal documentation and source code in according to the Informationsfreiheitsgesetz, please.
Please write us a letter.
No, I think they can be made orally. Like that's at least a stance I would position I would stand upon if I were requesting government. But we are not a government of the federal government, so the Federal FOIA Act doesn't. The federal FOIA doesn't apply, and we're also not part of any of the German states, so that like have a FOIA. So their FOIAs don't apply either. So unfortunately, we can't answer that request.
So Bavaria was a comment.
Please no. Also, who wrote -1 as a coordinate? No.
Do you plan on adding more methods to register pixels?
Maybe.
Did anyone work out what the mathematical equation resolves to?
No, unfortunately not. I mean, we asked ourselves the question, and like it wasn't really that well readable to like understand what it is. But like, I know this. Yeah, what is it? What does it mean? Like, yeah, please explain.
I think Hans can explain it better, even though he didn't do it.
It's a formula that when you put it like into a graphing calculator, it plots itself, but it plots like any combinations of black and white pixels, and it just plots itself at like y of like 100 billion or something.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, wow, thank you very much. I think, yeah, woo.
I also have a question. What about the pixels? Do you care for their health?
Sorry, for the what?
For their health, Gesundheit.
Yes, of course. We do regular backups on multiple different media and also one offsite.
I thought there was another question, but I don't see it.
All right, then let's continue with the slides. Basically, we want to thank a lot of people. First and foremost, Chaos Post. Thank you, Chaos Post. Thank you. At GPN 24, we had 173 letters with processed pixel request forms that were sent back to people at GPN. And all of them were delivered in the first or second try. I don't think any envelope returned to us more than one time. And we also had 9 postcards with valid pixels delivered to us, which we processed. So thank you, Chaos Post, for tolerating our spam. And yeah, we also thank a lot of other people. And again, Chaos Post, because they're just amazing. Also, an anonymous assembly. I don't know who they are, who donated a 30-meter Ethernet cable to us so we could have a stable uplink connection so our phone bot doesn't go down whenever my router switches access points. And thank you to Diana for helping us process pixel request forms at this event. Thank you to Peter, Uzumi, and Albert for more cursed ideas, slogans, and motivation. And thank you to you all for setting pixels and coming up with crazy ideas to draw.
Yeah, also from me, thank you. Like, it's wild to see how crazy all went. Like, I still can't believe that I think we got like 300 pixel requests at last GPN, and we got like more than 10 times upon that. And like, yeah, you're just crazy in a good way, and thank you for that.
Let's see where it goes in the future.
Yeah.
And now that we're done with the live pixel section, which also turned into a small Q&A, do you have any further questions? Okay.
I wanted to add, it was a lot of fun to deliver the Chaos Post and then to check if it actually got a place or not. And also, I did manage to deliver the one where the email bounced.
An email.
Did you ever get asked by I'm not sure who's running the phone system, if it's the Network Operations Center, but did you ever get asked by them, what the fuck are you doing?
By the Network Operations Center? No. By the Phone Operations Center, I was asked why there's so many concurrent calls to the same number, which seem to be automated. I don't think they checked what that number went to, but they could have found out, I think, by just going to our website. It's that easy. We had some fun communication with Locke and Nock and the phone people because we had some trouble setting up the phone bot because the connection was very unstable. But with the Ethernet cable, we managed to fix that. But yeah, no other communication than that, really.
Hi, does the secret color consist of the other colors, or is there any color that you can't set through like the regular colors?
Well, yes and no. Like, yes, it consists of the other colors, but it also consists of all other, I don't know how many colors there are. I think someone can calculate on the spot or knows it, how many colors there are in RGB. It's like every time we re-render the thing, it's just every pixel of that color is set to random colors. So
16 million something.
Yes, 60 million something. So yeah, so it's basically, it could be all one color. I mean, it sure would be fun, but like statistically, it's just some random noise. But like, it was just fun to add, and we decided to just set one of these pixels at last year's GPN at Congress. I don't think we've done it this year, because we thought like, hey, it would make people ask, and it did, and then there were some more. But like, yeah, that's the idea.
Basically, every time we re-render the whole canvas, we randomize each one of those secret color pixels to a different color.
Do you support encrypted communication?
Sure.
Have you thought about annoying authentication, like, for example, showing your event ticket or something like that?
Yes, we have some ideas, but we don't want to talk about them at this stage because that would be too much a spoiler.
Maybe since it's like a trend in the UK, how have you thought about age verification?
We added some age verification to our website as a joke, and removed that a little later because some people were complaining that they can't access our website because they can't click the I'm 18 or older button, even though they weren't. So yeah, we removed that, but maybe we'll add it back later.
We also do have some ideas for how we would implement age verification. I think it. I don't think I'm spoiling too much when I say like it would be a trivia-based system. So yeah, I think that's something, but very far future.
Have you thought about the fact that I could theoretically, if I had too many DECT phones, automate the hotline? So in order to avoid that, I think we would need some kind of audio capture.
I thought about adding an audio capture, which would be trivial with the current system. I think that would be like 20 lines of code and about 10, 11 audio files. But the thing is that we kind of want automation on the phone bot for more activity. So we didn't add that yet. Maybe later.
Also, like activity-wise, if we speak about the point right now, one thing I would want if we do this again to make the canvas smaller, thank you, because it kind of now this event we had some collision, but like there was just too much white space. So if we make the canvas smaller, then maybe I think something like verification would be a bit more fun to like, yeah, have to make sure it doesn't get too bad. But yeah.
I also have a question. So if there are two people trying to set the same position, this, the one that asked for it first or the one that is processed first, who gets it?
The one that is processed last, because we override pixels. So basically, if we get two requests for the same pixel at the same time, the one that is processed last gets entered into the system last, and then last wins.
Do you plan to introduce a feature for premium pixels so you can claim a pixel?
We already started to do that, at Congress, that's what you saw on the one slide about our queuing system. We had the one you had to have a voucher for, because on our website it says very explicitly that you can bribe us, and if the bribe was big enough, we would set the pixel locked, so you can't update it anymore, so it stays on for the whole rest of the event. But I don't think anyone bribed us enough, so we didn't do that yet.
Also, two things. First of all, if you bribe us, you get a receipt. Like it's, also, so like we're doing this very professionally. So I think if I understood correctly, like the Entropia wants to publish this in the official report because one of the Entropia people bribed us, but we're going to see that. Also, last year at GPN, there was someone who, a receipt for a bribe. And last year at GPN, I think someone started like a coexisting project for a pixel insurance, which was supposed to do this thing. I don't know how it went. Like they added some paper onto our monitor and
Basically, they set up a bot which via the phone bot automatically reset pixels that were overwritten if the pixels were insured.
So I think that's like a great idea to do this, like these coexisting projects, like the people that wrote bots. I think that's like one of the best things about doing this project, that people that like, we provide this software and it's really fun writing the software and presenting it here, but it's also way more fun to be like this sandbox that people can also do silly stuff with.
On the form, you reference paragraph 1 of the Pixel Festsetzungs law or something. Is this a law I can read somewhere? Is it referenced somewhere? Is this one of these norms that I have to pay hundreds of euros to actually get access to the laws that govern me?
Please come down to our pixelebbe booth in the Hack Center, and you can read it there.
No, you have to bribe us.
Are your bribes tax deductible?
Not yet.
This is not legal advice. I would, ask the Finanzamt. They're generally really helpful with answering questions. So that's probably the best answer. But I'd probably say no.
Do you plan on improving the stability of the phone bot?
The phone bot instability is wanted for more realism.
Have you never tried to call a government agency only for their phone system not to work? The people, they're busy. Why are you calling them? Like, just because they have a hotline? I think that's rude.
Basically, we had the restart timer for the phone bot set at 10 minutes at Congress. I upped it to 30 minutes here because getting thrown out of the queue shouldn't happen that often. Especially if you wait 2 minutes for the phone bot to finally let you through to entering a pixel. So shouldn't happen as often here.
So what about opening hours for the phone or something? So that's very realistic.
We're at a chaos event.
What
basically, if we introduced opening hours to the phone bot too, I don't think we would have set as many pixels. So
you can have multiple numbers with different.
That's a great idea. Thank you.
but also like. But also like what? Oh no!
With different phone systems and different ways of entering the coordinates.
But also like what would be reasonable opening hours for chaos event? Like 15 to 3 o'clock or something like this?
You really have to do unreasonable opening hours, right? Like the one department that you want to get at is only open for calls from 7 to 10 in the morning.
Fair.
You could put like regional parts that are open at different hours, or like put a form for a specific hour a day, and you can only reply for like the bottom quarter at like the morning or something like this.
We should give out forms in multiple different languages with different hours for each form.
Oh no. So that's great, all these funny ideas. I think something we always did in our talking way during Congress. We had like this speech that we always said to the people that like, hey, I'd like to space pixel. Yeah, you can't do this. You have to request a pixel change and stuff. And something was always like, do you want to set it now? So I think that could be really greatly connected with the idea of having time-specific forms or something like this. So yeah, we'll consider it.
So luckily, chaos events often are on public holidays, and luckily they change by state in Germany. So have you considered just looking at the person's IP address or something, which accurately tells you their location, and then figuring it out?
The thing is that most people at the chaos event set the pixels via the internal Wi-Fi. So we can't really look at their IP to geolocate them. But we could make people enter a geolocation and wait for them to figure it out.
But also like there's like this target conflict, because like, yes, we want to make it hard for people but not impossible, and like if we're at a chaos event where there's a public holiday and then we're closed for the whole day, we start and end with a blank canvas. So like yeah, that's a bit of thing we also have to consider. Like, we don't want to make it impossible, and there was something like a few times where people were like getting really annoyed, where we're getting like a little bit more soft on them and like, yeah, sure, we'll help you, because I mean we do want people to use the so to set pixels. So but like, yeah, something with time coded is really a fun idea.
Have you considered having maybe 2 or more spots for submitting the forms? For example, there's one place where you just get the form and then you have to walk to the other side of the event to actually submit it.
Yes.
Upon advice of counsel, I'm not answering that question.
I have already answered it.
Yeah, that's why I don't need to answer it.
True.
Do you also have a canvas when there's no event?
Currently, no, because our current infrastructure is set up to depend on the event phone system for the phone bot. So, because setting a pixel via the internet is not an option, because you have to fill out a form, and the only thing you can do via the internet would be using the phone bot, we would depend on event phone VPN to set pixels, and I don't think they want that traffic.
Also, there's like the issue with like the forms, like the physical forms. It's a bit difficult to get around 3 ways. So I'm sure we could try to find something like with people sending us forms. I don't think it's really our goal. So I mean, outside of chaos events, we just show the renderings and the statistics. So yeah, no.
Maybe some nice spaces near you offer a PO box or something as a drop-off.
I'm sure that would be something that would be possible, like better than having it to send to our private addresses for obvious reasons. But yeah, it's not something we really consider in scope for the foreseeable future, I would say.
Any further questions?
With increasing attempts of digitalization in bureaucracy, are you planning on following and maybe providing some type of web-based form in the near future?
We're considering reverting some of the automated ways to set pixels.
Also, I want to clarify, we are already fulfilling basically all our OZG obligations. Like, we have central Verwaltungsdienstleistungen, administrative services that are completely online only. So we're basically, like, I think if we go like percentage-wise, like, we don't have that much services, but like if you do that, I think we're on the front. So like, for example, the color table is an
online-only thing.
Yes, an online-only administrative service. I'm struggling with long German words right now. So yeah, so I think we're really well done on the OZG. We haven't received any complaints about that so far.
Will you support forms being sent in via fax?
We tried setting up the fax machine at Congress last year, which didn't work because calls didn't arrive. We tried to set up a digital SIP fax machine on our server last year at GPN, which basically single thing you can find online nowadays is completely unsupported. the only software that was still in support cost 400 euros per month for a license, which was basically just a wrapper around the Windows fax stack, which required us to run a Windows VM, which basically crashed all the time. And also buying the license didn't work because the license buying page was half broken. Yeah, we are kind of burnt by fax, but if someone manages to make a fax machine work and set it up for us, we'd be very grateful.
Do you have any accessibility support? So for people who maybe are blind or something?
Not really anything right now. I mean, we're helping. I mean, we would be help. As I said before, we are trying to be mean to the people when they fill out the forms, but we're not too mean. Like, we try to strike this balance. So if someone needs help with a form, we do fill it out. We would help fill it out for them. Like, when also, like, I think it was at this year's GPN, like when there are young children and they seem to enjoy it, but like need help, then we're also trying to be more helpful. So we don't really yet have a proper like system in place, but I mean, sure, we would be more helpful to a person that needs this help than to someone who doesn't know which date it is, despite having a phone.
All our website stuff should be screen reader compatible. I tested it.
I mean, with the caveat that like,
you can't
how do
really
you describe an image?
canvas.
There's no alt text, obviously. So like, yeah.
We don't want to integrate AI to generate an alt text either. Maybe we can add a Trollschicht so people can write alt texts for a canvas.
Yeah, that would be a fun idea.
What about the classic digitalization by downloading the form as PDF?
That's a very great idea, and we would do this. So basically, that kind of was our idea for the fax system, that people would like get this PDF form and have to send it via fax. But like also, I mean, there are not that many printers that are easily accessible for most people at Chaos events, so that's a bit difficult. Like, that would limit the person. And also, I mean, it could be automated as well if you send it digitally, and we don't really want people to just spam a bunch of stuff to our email.
We also...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like, we already bought like 500 of these things, so yeah, that's not project.
So we have time for one other question, I guess, and...
Could I add one more sentence?
Yeah, it was just a suggestion. You could offer red-tinted glasses for colorblind people so that they can experience everything on the board.
Yeah, sure. To get back to the question about the downloadable forms, when I briefly got the fax machine working, just for a few minutes, I had the idea that maybe you could call us, so we would send you a fax form. But we didn't go further with that idea because we were missing a fax machine.
Okay, then thank you for your questions. If you still have some questions, we'll probably be for a bit more minutes at the Pix office assembly. And thank you all for going crazy. It's really, 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 really great. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia and Paul, for this talk. And the project.